Today's topic, microwaves. Welcome to another episode of TABLEscraps, in which we present a topic related to tabletop gaming and then have a brief conversation about it with the live audience. Let's not waste any more time listening to this weird intro music. Let's get right into today's discussion. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our month-long experimental daily series, TABLEscraps. The show where we discuss topics that are submitted by and voted on the viewers for discussion about tabletop gaming. And before we start today's episode, I would like to remind everyone that yes, every topic that we discuss is submitted by and voted on by the viewers. Which brings us to today's topic, which is submitted by Trevin, who says, topic, microwaves. What do we look for in a microwave? Is a turntable just expected these days? Does anyone ever use the popcorn button? Should they? Popcorn manufacturers say not to use it. So is it only there because it's always there? Would people really complain if they got rid of it? Does the defrost setting really work? And what are all those other buttons and settings that I never use? Is it better to have a standard microwave or an under-the-cabinet mounted model to save counter space? Does the scientific fact that actual microwaves have a wavelength wide enough to be blocked by the metal mesh make you feel safe enough? All right. So, thank you, Trevin, for the comment and for everyone who upvoted this to make it be today's topic. I will do my best to bring this back to board games somehow. But before then, let me give you a little bit of history as to why this topic came up in the first place. As regular viewers of our live streams may know, I at one point made the grievous error of mentioning that I was looking for a brand new microwave. And I eventually did. My old one finally died, and so I got a new one. It looks like this. And when I took the measurements to get a new microwave, I guess I was a little too conservative and my microwave was too small. So I eventually need to find a replacement microwave for that reason, plus the fact that every now and then when you use it, it goes which I don't think is a sound that microwaves are supposed to make. And now, whether you wanted to or not, now you know the story behind the microwave saga. Fortunately, I have found a way to possibly help bring board games into this conversation about microwaves. First of all, if you have a game that uses a timer, or you just have a player who would benefit from having a timer count down their turns because they suffer from analysis paralysis or something, you can use your microwave as a timer. The beep, beep, beep as you're entering the countdown time will get their attention. And then the gentle hum as the microwave runs will kind of keep them engaged. And then the beep, when it finishes, will let them know that their time is up and it's a time to either take their turn or pass. So in that way, the microwave can be used as a highly effective timing mechanism in board games. And if that's not practical enough, for those of us who play miniatures games with little plastic miniatures that sometimes receive bent miniatures and you need to straighten them, the microwave can be useful in that regard as well, because if you were to take a bent miniature and dip it into some boiling hot water for a few seconds, and then dip it in some cold water, what will usually happen is that the boiling hot water will relax the plastic that has been bent, allowing the plastic to reshape back to its original molded position, and then the cold water will kind of lock it in place. And the microwaving machine can certainly be used to boil water. In fact, if you put a big bowl of water into the microwave while you're waiting for your AP player, then you can be heating your water while you're timing down that player, solving both problems at the exact same time. So, bonus tip right there. Oh, this is ridiculous. Let's go over to the chat and see what anyone else has to say on this incredibly popular topic. Let's start. We'll start with Kabuki Kid, who says, my popcorn button works perfectly, at least with the popcorn I use, so I always use it. Makes it just to perfection. I am a fan. There should be a button for everything we cook in a microwave. Toyota mentions, do we get to see some more pictures of microwaves? Here, enjoy. Okay. Michael mentions, I'm good with the popcorn button. I've seen some that are a potato/popcorn button. That's a lot of potatoes, I guess. Trevin mentions, Chaz wanted a gaming show, but everyone voted for microwave. So, question, what is the difference between democracy and mob rule? That is a good question, Trevin. And to be honest, I think we're finding out right now. So, practical example of your answer. Michael asks, do games play better after they have been microwaved? No, especially if they have metal parts. Just no. Stefan mentions, absolutely no microwave. I am patient enough to eat food heated properly. I would think that the microwave is just as common these days in the household as a television. So actually having someone in our chat who is microwaveless is actually quite an interesting thing. If by interesting you mean not really that interesting. Michael mentions, what kind of microwavable snacks do people use for gaming? That's a good question right there. What kind of microwavable snacks do people use for gaming? You know, to be honest, in my experience, I have found that microwavable snacks actually are some of the worst snacks for gaming because they usually get hot and get dropped, or they're drippy, or they're greasy, like popcorn. Actually, I would say the microwave can be used as a litmus test against which snacks are good for your gaming table. If it can be microwaved, then it's probably something that you should pass on and you should move on to a non-microwaved snack instead. Thank you, Michael, for that excellent question related in at least some aspect to board gaming. Kabuki Kid says, what favorite foods do people make with a microwave during a gaming session? Greasy nachos? Buttery popcorn? Is there anything from it that is safe? I think if you're going to force me to answer this question, the safest one would probably be a burrito or Hot Pocket. Actually, I'm going to go with Hot Pocket because burritos can have really hot molten lava cheese, but then ice still in the middle. But the Hot Pocket has the sleeve that I can't believe you tricked me into talking about this. I've come this far. The sleeve on the Hot Pocket helps make it even, and the crusted bread helps be an extra container for the Hot Pocket. So honestly, if you had to have a microwave snack, you got the sleeve that also helps protect your fingers from getting greasy or burnt, and you got the bread container. So the Hot Pocket is probably my choice for best microwavable board game compatible snack. Eric asks, don't microwaves help to load dice? You know what? This was a topic that we covered briefly in our previous Table Scraps episode about cheating, where that question was asked. And I think they said that if you have time and patience, you could, if you do lots of short microwave bursts of a dice, it can kind of help melt the plastic to kind of change the weight to that side. I haven't experimented with it. We talked about actually making a separate episode that was a Mythbusters type of experiment. So maybe we'll actually do that. But if you want more information on if microwaves can help to load dice, check out the Table Scraps episode about cheating, because that episode and perhaps the YouTube comments about it might have more information on that very topic. Peter asks, so who chose this microwave topic in the first place? It was Trevin. Trevin did it. So you can thank Trevin. Zachary says, I like my microwaves to heat up my burrito fast and thoroughly so I can get back to the game table quickly. Again, if you're starting with a frozen burrito, I would say that it's more possible to have the molten cheese / ice in the middle problem. So if you are going to have a burrito at the gaming table, for goodness sake, let it defrost on the countertop for like an hour first. Your taste buds and your fingertips and the roof of your mouth will thank you. Wes asks, for some reason, wait, what's the controversy with the popcorn button? I don't know. Apparently, some people say the popcorn button makes it too much, pops it too little. I've had mixed results. Big Popcorn doesn't want you to use the popcorn button. Is it because they want you to have the best popcorn possible? Or is there a popcorn conspiracy going on here? I don't know, and I'm never gonna know because I'm not gonna find out. So let's just move on to this question here by Fail Road Express, who says, a board game about oh, please no. A board game about microwaves. Of course. Yes, of course. Hey, there's one about mowing lawns. Mowing lawns, at least you can gamify when you're mowing the lawn about the way you cut up the lawn and what you're doing. Microwaves would be, I don't know, a push your luck mechanism. No, I'm not thinking about this. I'm moving on. Moving on to the next question from Pith's Attic, who says, woohoo, nice microwave. Oh, thank you very much. If only it wasn't defective. Better luck next time. Thank you. I appreciate your pity there, Pith. Thanks. Trevin says, any snack is game friendly if you use chopsticks, even the dreaded Cheeto. Okay, well there, now we're getting into something, perhaps ways to have non-game friendly snacks. Chopsticks, okay. Trevin, I will consider yourself partially redeemed for providing the chopsticks tip. But you still started this whole microwave topic, so I still shun you. Just a little shunning. Just shun. Let's go to Eric, who says, so are some games obsolete when a component breaks, as in Stop Thief? Aha! A question that has nothing to do with microwaves at all. Ooh, yeah, well, that is something that I think modern technology has helped to prevent in the case of like apps, because the old one had, that component, that actual little box. And if that component breaks, you were out of luck. With apps, at least you can play it on your phone and your tablet and stuff like that. So you have, if your phone breaks, you still have backup devices. The real problem with introducing app technology is if the app ever gets to a point where it's no longer supported. So only time will tell if newer technology actually improves the issue or just replaces it with new issues. Like the need to replace your bad old microwave with a new one. Darn it! I was this close to getting away from the subject. That was my fault. I did that one. That was on me. Our last comment is going to come from Wes, who I think summarizes this episode perfectly with his comment of, I thought the episode title Microwaves implied a topic about micro games and gaming and how they were making waves in the hobby. That would have been so much better. We'll just have to keep that idea for next time, because right now, fortunately, we are out of time for this episode. If you want to continue the conversation on this topic, please don't in the YouTube comments below or over on our Facebook or Twitter pages, where you can continue the conversations about everything else that we've talked about in this series. And in the meantime, until we get a chance to hang out again, I just want to thank everyone who actually has made this and all of the episodes of Table Scraps that we've been doing by financially supporting Pair of Dice Paradise on our Pod Pledge fundraiser page. Viewers like you have made episodes, even episodes like this, possible. Thanks. This actually was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun discussing this and the other topics with you guys. Till the next time that we do something together, I've been Chaz Marler, who, along with the YouTube live streaming chat, has been serving up some table scraps. Thanks, and I'll talk to you again soon. All right, we'll wrap up this episode where it started with one last comment from the person who suggested this topic, Trevin, who offers, I was actually thinking about a microwave game, the spinning turntable specifically. You don't want to be in front of the emitter or you'll lose health, etc. That could work. Sure, that has potential. So, yeah.